Hello, welcome back to Watch This Film, YouTube channel dedicated to movie reviews and movie news. Now today's movie review is of the 2019's crime action thriller Avengement, starring Scott Adkins, directed by Jesse V. Johnson. And Scott Adkins and Jesse V. Johnson have worked together on a few films recently, namely Accident Man and The Debt Collector. Scott Adkins is widely known for his exceptional martial arts skill in films over the past decade or so. Most notably, his main character, Boyka, known worldwide for his extremely wild, flamboyant martial arts style. Mixes his kicks and punches with somersaults, flips, and spins, and puts on a tremendous show. The film Boyka, he took the lead role in, but it's from the series Undisputed. And all great films to watch. So put them to the side for now. But yeah, that's where Scott Adkins is mostly known from, is extreme martial arts action films, and he's developed a really good name for himself from those films. This film, he plays a character called Cain Burgess. He's a professional boxer. He winds up in a little bit of trouble with his gangster brother, Lincoln Burgess, played by Craig Fairbrass, who's our notorious, frequent London gangster kind of actor. Now, this film sort of sends off down a completely different path from what Cain Burgess's character kind of starts as. He's like a polite, nice, well-to-do, professional boxer. Winds himself up with a bit of trouble with his brother, trying to help him out with a job just to get a little bit of extra money. And the job goes wrong, needless to say. And Cain ends up in prison. And in prison is where he kind of discovers this other part of himself, this angry, violent, hyper aggressive version of himself that he kind of has to adopt in order to survive prison. And the rest of the film kind of tells the story of him being in there, and excuse me, he's telling that story whilst being in a local pub after having been released, and talking to a few of the local pub goers. So whilst he's in there talking away to these people, telling the story of what happened to him in prison, and shows all the violence and the stages that he went through in order to get to this really, hyper violent character, well far from removed from the person he was when he went in. That's kind of the story, really. He goes to prison, becomes violent, comes out, kind of exacts his revenge. Unfortunately, for me, I hated this film. Now, I've been a fan of Scott Adkins for a while. I've been following him for the past few years. As I say, the Boyka film, I thoroughly enjoyed. It's not, a giant budget, super Hollywood movie, but a lot of fun. I love martial arts. I love violence and action when it all works well together with a decent story. Unfortunately, with Avengement, the story is extremely lacking. It's really hard to sort of see him go from this like naive, pathetic character in relation to his gangster brother to this hardened, violent animal. Kind of doesn't work, and the speed from which he helps out his brother and gets in trouble and ends up in prison is kind of baffling. The fights in the film, you'd hope, being a nice prison gang violence film, that it would be kind of raw and edgy and powerful and scary. And it's not. I mean, it's trying to be, but again, it just doesn't work. A few of the fights that he has, one with this giant fella. The giant fella's punches are so ridiculously slow that there's no way this professional boxer would struggle with him. It's hard to watch. But then also through it, he, within the fights as it goes on, he demonstrates his fighting ability, which is, superb and well beyond that of a pro boxer. So that doesn't line up either. He's this nice, well-to-do pro boxer, but he's got these, these incredibly violent other martial arts skills that are irrelevant to his boxing skills. But you say that the fights just don't work. The story is dull. And the other thing is, there's a bit in it, a very sort of significant bit at the beginning of the film, as something happens to his face, which I won't go into, but it leads him to have to wear metal teeth. Don't know why. The in-prison dentist to give him a set of metal teeth, but whatever. But because obviously those metal teeth are a prosthetic, when he's released from prison and he's telling his story, he sounds ridiculous. It's like it's taken up all of his mouth and he's got no room for his mouth to make those natural speech actions. So yeah, unfortunately for me, this film, Avengement, was a huge letdown. Now, that's not to say that Scott Adkins' films are all that way, and Jesse V. Johnson's films are all that way. Excuse me. Coronavirus got me. Accident Man was a lot of fun. Again, it's a low budget film, but it was a lot of fun. The Debt Collector, again, a lot of fun. Great film. One that I've seen multiple times. I've seen Accident Man multiple times too, and I own it on Blu-ray. So yeah, it's not like they can't hit. And so this isn't I suppose it is a direct hit on Scott and Jesse V. Johnson, because this time for me you failed. But that's not to say that everybody's of the same opinion. In fact, if you read a lot of reviews and you read a lot of comments online on social media, a lot of people think it was his best movie and their favourite. And the fights were awesome and amazing. Now, who am I to judge? I'm not a professional fighter. I've been involved in martial arts throughout my time. But, I'm not a professional martial artist. I'm not a professional actor. But I've watched a hell of a lot of martial arts, action, violent films. And there's many in my collection that I will watch over and over again. All the way from, say, Bruce Lee's Enter the Dragon, or, Big Boss, the old films, Jackie Chan, some of his unrecognisable films, Killer Meteors. If it's a martial arts film, I'm going to watch it. It's one of my favourite genre of movie. Unfortunately, as I said, for me, this fell flat. I wish Scott Adkins and Jesse V. Johnson all the best in their next upcoming project, which I'm sure is well on its way and due to us soon. But for now, that's that one done with. But yeah, feel free to comment, share your opinions of it. Again, tell me where you think I've gone wrong. And if you did like this video, like it. If you didn't, unlike it. We've all got an opinion. This review is my opinion. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you're notified of when the next review is live. Thank you very much.